Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, my name is Mochi. Welcome. If you are returning, say it with me. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. I don't know where I get that from. I just made it up one day. But anyways, I want to pat myself on the back. I made a video yesterday and I'm making a new video today, so I am on the up and up. So seriously, today's video is going to be about VL Trucking, our 6-month review with VL, how we feel, if anything has changed since us starting in July of 2020. So 6 months will be February of 2021. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about how I feel. I have a little bit of notes right here, but not too much because not too much has changed. So like I stated, we started July of 2020. Our 6 months was February. We are team drivers, so that means that one of us drive basically in the daytime and one of us drive at night. It doesn't have to be any hours, but that's usually I drive, and I'm the night driver. So we officially only worked for 4 months, from July to November, because we took off from November until January, and I'll explain that to you in another video. But anyways, so since we've been with them, okay, the first thing, the loads temporarily slowed down. So I heard a lot of talk about people saying, oh, I want to see what's going to happen with VL drivers, lease drivers in particular, when the loads slow down or the money gets lower, because everyone was bragging about I guess how much money they were making here at VL. And if you don't know, company drivers make about 70 cents with their hazmat, and lease drivers make 80% of the load. Whatever the load pays, they get 80% of the load. And if they don't have that's what driving in a hazmat. If they decide to do reefer, then they get 78% of the load. And if you heard all that noise, that was the APU running, and it just turned off. So the loads did temporarily slow down. So when we came back out in January, we saw a difference in how much the loads were paying. But if you drive trucks, if you ever leased before, it wasn't a big deal. Like, it really doesn't matter if the load slow down or pay less. Like, the whole goal is to make money. Regardless of what the market is doing, your goal is to make money. So some people might decide it wasn't worth it to be out here and just don't drive, wait it out. And some people decided, hey, I'll take what I can get and keep it moving. In our case, I still was trying to get the highest load that I can get. I'll let my dispatcher know I don't like how much that load is paying. Ask the broker if they can pay more or if that was the best that they can do. And if I don't like it, then I'll simply refuse the load. So it slowed down a little bit, and but we didn't really, our gross didn't change for the week. And I stated this in my winter video, because usually loads from the East Coast to the West Coast pay less than the loads from the West Coast to the East Coast. So when the loads slowed down, the loads from the East Coast paid more, and the loads from the West Coast paid less. So they still evened out to be around the same much that we make every week. So the next thing is, like I said, we took off from November to January, and we came back out in January. So we started running, and then, you know, it was a lot of bad weather. We ended up taking a load from California up to Pennsylvania, which we didn't want to take. I made a video about that also. We were basically forced to take it because our dispatcher kept asking us to take the load. So we did take the load. The load paid well, so we took the load. We ended up getting 2 tickets. It was bad weather, and we didn't want to go back. So when we ended up getting another load back to the West Coast, our dispatcher said that he had that same load available. And we told him, no, it's okay, we don't want it. Give it to somebody else. And he just kept trying to make us take the load. And eventually he was like, are you guys sure you don't want it, because I'm going to give it away? So we was like, no, give it away, we don't want it. So he gave it away. And then the person that got that load ended up getting stuck on that load for a very long time. So so our next load, well, I don't know if that was the next load, but one load that we ended up getting coming from the East Coast to the West Coast, we took I-20. That was I-20, right? We were on I-20 in Texas. So again, I drive at night. So the weather was bad. The weather was good up until it started getting foggy in Louisiana. When I got into Texas, and then it was like really cold, and it started getting bad. So this is the same day that the 100-car pileup happened on I-35, if I'm not mistaken, in Fort Worth or Dallas or somewhere in that area. I don't know if it was on I-10. It was somewhere over there. But long story short, I kept saying, when my co-driver got up, I was like, the weather is not bad. When you start driving, drive cautiously, because it didn't look bad, but it was horrible. Like, the drivers on the CB kept saying like, oh, I'm sliding, y'all be careful going across these bridges. I saw so many accidents happen like in front of me. So I was like, if I had to drive any longer, if my time didn't run out for the day, most likely I would have shut down. And I will shut down anytime, any place. Like, I don't care. If I don't feel safe, I'm gonna shut down. So we made it through. We got over to Cali, and then I think that's when our dispatcher wanted us to take that load to Pennsylvania, and we refused it. So we ended up getting another load going back to the East Coast. And the weather was bad again, but we made it through. It wasn't a big deal. Now, when we went to do our 34-hour reset, our dispatcher was like, hey, are you guys ready to go? Are you ready to take a load? Like, what do you want to do? So I told my co-driver, listen, I don't mind driving if the weather is okay, but I'm not driving if the weather is bad. I'm not doing it. We will do a solo load. I'll ride with you, but I'm not gonna drive. If the weather gets better, I'll drive, and that's just as simple as that. So our dispatcher wanted us to go up to Virginia or West Virginia, one of those, and then come down and go across the 40 back to California. So I always check the weather, and people have different weather apps. The weather app that I use is called Radar, I think. My Radar. If you don't have a weather app, download that weather app on your phone. My Radar. What?
In the Weather Channel.
Oh, in the Weather Channel. But on My Radar, it'll show you every country, every state, the temperature in that area, if it's raining, if it's fog, and all this other stuff. So it was bad weather across the United States. So I was like, no, I don't want to do it. But like I said, if my co-driver want to drive, you can drive this load, you can take this load, and I just ride with you. Because again, I drive at nighttime, and I just didn't feel safe doing it. So the dispatcher, he asked us did we want it, and I guess we didn't respond fast enough for him. So he was like, I booked it, guys. I took the load. It pays this much. It picks up at this time, and such and such and such. So that's when we were telling him about, well, can it be run as a solo load? Because he told him, like, my co-driver told him I didn't want to run the load. So he was like, no, it can't be ran as a solo load. Guys, I already took the load. Like, let's go pick it up type of stuff.
You said we're golden.
Oh, so he was like, yeah, like, I checked the weather is good, like, we're golden. So we told him, we just checked the weather, and the weather is not good. So he was like, you're gonna listen to a weather app or the Weather Channel, or you're gonna listen to somebody that's there. I have a driver there in Oklahoma right now. He said that the weather is fine. He just picked up a load or he's picking up a load and everything is good. I don't give a damn what that driver said or any other driver. If I don't want to do it, I'm not doing it. What?
I said, but the driver never said that.
Oh, yeah. So we ended up literally going back and forth with our dispatcher, and he was like, oh, let me tell my boss that, oh, I'm not coming into the office because it's snowing. Basically, and then he said like, yeah, okay, like, so he trying to say like, yeah, right, like that's not happening. So I told him, that's your business. That's why you do what you do and I do what I do. Unless you want to switch, and you can come drive this truck and I'll go sit in the office for you, because nobody is going to force me to do something that I don't want to do. That's the reason why I took this position as a lease operator, so I can make my own decisions and I'm not being forced to do anything. So I ended up telling him, I'm like, at this point, I feel like I'm being forced to take the load. So he was like, oh no, you're not being forced. You can refuse the load if you want to, but oh, you can't take all this long time to respond back on a hot load like this. That wasn't a hot load. The reason why the load was paying so much is because nobody wanted to drive. Everybody wanted to stay home because the weather was bad. So don't let them try to fool you and tell you, oh yeah, this a hot load and it's paying this and that and all that. All the loads were paying a lot at that point because nobody was trying to pick up any loads. Like, nobody wanted to drive. It was piled ups on every damn freeway. Like, nobody wanted to drive. So this is why the loads were paying more. So if you don't understand what I'm telling you, I'm saying if no one's driving, they're going to raise the rates on loads. Stop taking all this damn cheap freight and then we'll get paid more. But anyways, back to what I was saying. So, yeah, we were fussing back and forth. I told him I feel like I'm being forced to take this load and that I need to talk to a manager and let them know, because I was told that there was no forced dispatch at VL. So he ended up screenshotting the message that we sent him and sending it back like, oh, go ahead and snitch on me. He didn't say it, but that's what he was saying, like, oh, go ahead and snitch because I have proof of what you said. So what I said was, if the weather permits, then we'll take a load the next day. And then my co-driver told him, we'll probably take a load if the weather gets better. So when he asked us again, we were like, the weather didn't get better, so we not taking a load. So he was like, so next time don't say probably. So I had to tell him what probably meant. Like, we never told you to book the load. We never told you that, oh, we're officially taking a load the next day. So he was pissed off with us. He was like, bye. Like, he said what he said. He was like, bye. So then when we text him back, he said whatever he said. He was like, bye. Like, he didn't want to talk anymore. He was pissed off. And then he was like, I'll talk to you guys Monday. This is like next week. He was like, I'll talk to you guys Monday. So when Friday came, he was like, hey, I'm trying to find out if you guys are for sure that you're coming out Monday so I can start looking for a load. He never looks for a load for us on Friday. When Monday gets here, he still doesn't have a load for us. Like, if we dropping off a load on Monday, he telling us like, oh, I'm looking for a load right now. Like, right now. We just dropped off a load. Now we sitting here at Bandini truck terminal waiting for him to get us a load. So he was just fucking with us at that point. So he like, oh, let me know ASAP what you guys gonna do. So I'm trying to keep my composure because I talk a lot of shit and I didn't want to say anything. So my co-driver was like, I don't think we responded. So he was like, it's okay, take your time, let me know. Sunday came, my co-driver was like, so did you find us a load? So he was like, no, and I didn't look. He was like, you guys didn't respond back and I asked you ahead of time so I could be ahead. And then they started fussing back and forth again. So he was like, I'll find a load tomorrow, Monday. He was like, are you okay? Because today is Sunday. We work Monday through Friday. So like, why the hell you texting me on a Sunday asking me if I found a load? So like I said, they were fussing about that. But yeah, he was pissed off at us. And my co-driver told him, I think you're still in your feelings about what happened last week. So now like you trying to be sarcastic and so forth and so on. And then he tried to put the blame on us. And he was like, I don't know what you guys' problem is with me, but like what? What you mean? What our problem with you? We never said we had a problem with you. But whatever. So I guess he's past that now. We back on track. We sitting here like usual. It's Monday. We don't have a load, but he'll find us a load soon, hopefully, to get back to the East Coast. So I said all that. That was our major issue since in our 6-month review. And the only thing that it's two things that I think that they can do to improve at VL. The first thing is to get a weather team. They said that their dispatchers are their weather team, but I don't really think so. That's not what I consider to be a weather team. Like, I mean a real like weather team, because like when I worked at Covenant, they had a real weather team. Like they're going to be like they own it. Like they know exactly what's going on in every state or city that their trucks are in, and they're letting you know like, hey, detour from this route because this is going on, or it's storming here or snowing there and stuff like that. They would never tell you like, oh no, don't worry about it, it's fine, it's snowing a little bit, or you know, yeah, it was 100-car pile up, but it's all right, don't worry about it, you can still go through there. So I think they need to get a weather team. And the second thing I think they need to get is a daggone GPS. Yes, I know that we all can go and buy our own GPS. We have our own GPS, but the GPS is never going to send you to the shipping or receiving area. Most likely when you get an address, it's going to send you to their front door, and then you have to figure out how the hell to get to where the docking area is. And again, like when I worked at Covenant, they had Qualcomms, and the Qualcomm will send you directly where you need to be. GPS will tell you, oh, yeah, the place that you're looking for is right there on the left. And you looking on the left now, you don't roll down, because the whole time the place was on the right, and now you have to make a U-turn, and your GPS like, make a U-turn when you can, and you can't make a U-turn, so now you got to get on the expressway, ride 10 miles, come back around, turn this way, and do this and do that, and all that type of stuff. So two things that I think that they should do: get a weather team and get something like a Qualcomm that you're able to have like a GPS on it. And I don't care if they charge you for it, because I know Prime does that. Like if you're a lease driver with Prime, they charge you like $18 a week, month, something, I don't know, something like that. So it's possible for them to do it, and they don't have to pay the cost. I wouldn't mind if I had to pay to get the GPS on the Qualcomm. So besides that, in our 4 months, our official 4 months that we drove last year, we made a whole lot of money. I don't want to tell you the numbers. I'm not telling y'all no more numbers. I told y'all numbers the first 2 VL videos, but we made a whole lot of money. I don't know why people want to make it out to be like VL is not a good company. Like, it's not for everybody, but no company is for everybody, and they're definitely not perfect, but no company is perfect either. If you want to come to VL and make you 70 cents per mile as a company driver, come to VL and make you 70 cents as a company driver. If you want to come to VL and you want to make 80% of what the load pays, come to VL and make 80% of what the load pays. Don't worry about how somebody else feels about VL trucking, especially somebody that doesn't work here. Or even if they do work here and they feel a certain type of way, that does not mean that's how you're going to feel. And I am not an advocate for VL trucking. I'm just telling you, do whatever's best for you, like I always say. But I'm going to end this video here because it is getting quite long. Thank you all for watching, and see you in the next one.